Hello everyone. The story I'm going to share today is a man's kind act saved a stranger and himself. During the Qing Dynasty, a man known as Old Zhao lived in Shou State. Old Zhao was a very kind man and always liked to help others. One day, he saw a man lying and groaning on the side of the road. Old Zhao approached and asked what was wrong, but the man was too sick to talk. Old Zhao promptly went to the nearby motel to find out the reason, and discovered that the man had lived in that motel for more than a month already, and had used up all his money. He had no money to pay his room and food, and had fallen very ill. The owner of the motel was afraid of taking responsibility for him and had asked a servant to throw him to the side of the road. Old Zhao said to the owner of the motel, "This guest is lonely and helpless, and he is in severe pain. Please take him back to your motel, and I will take care of all his accommodations, including his food and other expenses." Then he left a big sum of silver at the motel and asked them to take good care of this guest. 2 weeks passed. The guest recovered quickly and was able to walk with the support of the wall. The owner told him about Old Zhao who had helped him. The guest was moved to tears and could not wait to pay a visit to Old Zhao and thank him in person. A week later, Old Zhao was very happy to see the guest, who by then was almost fully recovered. Old Zhao asked him where he came from and what brought him to Shou State. The guest said that he came from another state in the south and had come to worship the statue of Bao. Bao was the most upright minister of the Qing Dynasty. On his way across the river, however, the boat capsized and all his relatives and luggage fell into the river. He completed his journey here alone, but later became seriously ill. He continued, "If you hadn't saved my life, I would have died." Old Zhao proceeded to let him to live in his home and asked his wife to take good care of him. When he left Zhao's home, Zhao gave him 12 more taels of silver and painting of Bao. Time flew by. 10 years passed, and severe famine came to Old Zhao's village. When Zhao reported the disastrous situation to the local government, a gang of people was there to look for trouble with the government. Zhao was wrongly involved in this chaos. As a result, Zhao was sent out to serve in the army, guarding the border. As he was being escorted to the border, on the way there was no motel. Only a big luxurious building was ahead. The escort went to knock on the gate. Then the gatekeeper walked out and rudely asked them to leave. Zhao said, "We are from Shou State and just want to sleep outside the gate for a night. Please help us." The owner of the building heard the words Shou State and hurriedly asked the gatekeeper to find out more information. Old Zhao told him all about themselves. Not long after, the central gate was opened, and Zhao saw a young man wearing a cap with blue tassel waiting to welcome them. After they entered the big hall, the old man stood up and welcomed them and asked the Old Zhao to sit in the man's seat on the top. After everyone was seated, the young man came and kneeled down in front of Old Zhao to thank him. Old Zhao looked at him carefully and recognized that he was the one who had been lying on the side of the road 10 years ago. Old Zhao was warmly treated and was asked to live in the building for a period of time. Later, the young man wrote a letter to the government, and the truth was revealed. The Old Zhao was released from his penalty and from accusation of guilt. Before Old Zhao left the luxury home, the young man gave him 5,000 taels of silver to thank him for saving his life. With the help of the young man, Old Zhao's family was quickly rejuvenated. His descendants also prospered over the years, and some even enjoy a high reputation. From this story, we may see that person's kindness can save lives of others. It is precisely kindness that promotes one's fortune and improves one's own destiny. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.